Howdy, and welcome back to yet another episode of Garage Party. And on today's episode, we're going to be focusing on the rear of the car. We're going to do all of the suspension on the back, like, I'll see if I'll do it all in one video or two, I don't know yet, but it's either going to be, in this episode, tearing down the entire rear suspension and dropping the fuel tank, or all of it and putting it all back. That being said, I want to turn the car around, and I don't feel like taking it out of the shop to do that and trying to turn it around because that'll be a chore. So, I'm going to clean up enough space, get some stuff moved around, and we're going to somehow turn it around in the shop. So I'm going to go ahead, clean it up, and I'll set up a time lapse of me attempting to turn it around. Alright, now with the car facing that way instead, it'll make it easier to get back here with plenty of space over here as well. I am very happy this is a small car because I can still get others in and out of here without having to worry about this. It's also nice it's a lightweight car. And then get it up in the air, and once it's up in the air, I will go ahead and show you everything that we will be replacing on the back. And we'll go from there. Alright, now it's up in the air, so that means I gotta take the rear tires off, so that way I can replace the drum brakes, along with drop the axle down. Well, that way I can get the old springs out, so I could get the lowering springs in, and do shocks. Which shouldn't be too bad. It should be the exact same as an SN95 Mustang and a New Age Mustang, which I've done the rear on a New Age Mustang before, on Bobby's Mustang. So it shouldn't be too bad. Just take a couple bolts out, drop it down, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, get both rear tires off, and start on dropping the axle. Okay, in order to drop the axle, you have to remove at least the upper part of this shock, the upper part of that shock, which both of these are getting replaced anyway. So while it's down, I'm gonna just swap them out. Along with that bolt there, that holds the upper part of the diff on. And I think that's it. I don't believe we have to disconnect that bar at all, because that should hang low enough just for it to come down. And that should be it then. So what, a total of 1, 2, 3 bolts in total. That's not too bad on each side. So if these don't break loose that easily, I'll probably just take the mount off and then just do the entire thing on the bench vise once I get to that point. So I'll probably set up a time lapse on each side of me tearing it apart. I'll probably start on that side because the light's already over there. And then we will drop this down and we will swap out all of the old stuff for new stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so luckily when Ford designed this, they made it pretty simple and easy. They made it two sizes, an 18 mil and a 15. Up here, this shock is an 18 mil. Back there, that bolt is an 18 mil. This shock down here is an 18 mil. Up here is a 15 mil, and over here is also a 15 mil. Pretty easy. Two sizes, that's all you need. I'm gonna go ahead, see about breaking this stuff loose, getting it ready, so that way we can drop it down. This is horrible. There's nothing left. But yeah, so this side's ready. I'm gonna go to the other side and get that all done. This side took me about 12 minutes. Not bad. So like in 30 minutes, you can have the entire thing dropped and ready. So you could, if you did lowering springs and that was it, you could have it done in like 30 minutes. Not 30, like an hour. You could have it done in roughly an hour, which is not that bad, honestly. This one, I think, is actually still not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. Because, I mean, it still does what it's supposed to. Unlike this guy does nothing. There's not even gas in it anymore, or air, or whatever the hell they had in this. And you can tell it's been bashed, but oh well. Let's go ahead and move the tools, move myself. Let's get on to the other side. And just like that, the entire rear suspension is dropped. So that means it's time for new parts. That or I drop the gas tank next. I don't know yet. I think I'm going to look at my options, see how hard it would be to drop that gas tank with everything back in. If it's not too hard, then I'll probably just throw the rear suspension in and then focus on that, because the new gas tank is also getting a new pump and whatnot. So if I have to do it separate, if it's easy enough to do it separate, I will. If not, I'll do it now. And I've decided that that'll still be easy enough to do with the rear end in, which is nice. So that means we'll just throw the rear end back together. And the parts we'll be using, just like the front end, Estida, or however you say it, rear coil springs. And just like the front shocks, they are KYB gas shock absorbers. Got the 2 mini ones, 2 big ones. The old insulators, I can get away with using one because it didn't get, destroyed. But the bottom one that sits on this one, that thing's long gone. So it'll be okay without it. I mean, if at the end of the day, if he does want me to put a new set of insulators on it when he gets it back, like for the bottom, I've got no problem doing it. As you can tell, it's not that hard to drop. So yeah, I'm gonna go get the time lapse set up, and we will see about throwing this rear end back together. Okay, so on the last clip, my phone ran out of storage, so we'll see how this goes. I got the rest of it in there. Looks pretty good. I also got the drum off. I was gonna save these drums for my Fox, but these are trash, so we're not gonna save those, along with the shoes. Garbage. We got all new Wagner shoes for it. New drums, I don't know the brand. Durago. I don't know. Alright, so the last clip you saw was probably me putting the rear end back up and getting that all secure. Now, off camera, because I did run out of space on my phone, I did both drum brakes. So yeah, I did both of them. Got those all nice, fancy new parts. Happy. I also did the line up there. Wherever it is. I don't know. I can't see it. But the one that tees and everything. Now, because since my phone space is still very limited, I can't film a time lapse like I'd like to, but I'm gonna pull the gas tank out. We're gonna get that down, and then I'm gonna show you the new gas tank with the new fuel pump and everything else that is gonna be going in. And then once the gas tank's in, I think that'll be it for this episode. So let's get started. All right, and the old tank is out. Wasn't too bad to pull. Had to figure out how to get that guy open, and then realized to just hook the battery up, and boom, we're done. Besides that, this one's ready to go in. I believe it's just a stock pump. I haven't noticed anything on the labels. It's from ACP, All Classic Parts. So it's just a It's a new stock fuel pump along with a new float. Got that all installed. Got the stuff all swapped over. Got the filter in it. You can actually see how nice that looks. Pretty for the most part, except the old brackets, whatever. Compared to that. That's great. Woo! The old filter's still in there, as you saw. So now I'm going to go ahead, throw that guy back up in there with the cover and everything else that I need to get on there. And after that, throw the wheels back on and we will be done. So I will come back right when that's on. And maybe even when the wheels are on the ground. We'll see. And just like that, everything is all cleaned up. And a new fuel tank is in. It's nice and happy to be there. So now I'm going to go ahead, throw the wheels on the car. We'll set it down. And that'll be the end of it. And just like that, she is back on the ground once again. That means the next step is throwing that into there. I'll have to get the transmission out of the back, along with, I'm still waiting on gaskets for that, for the exhaust manifolds. And then I'll probably get a clutch ordered up and whatnot and a flywheel. And we'll smack that son of a bitch in there. And then just like that, running car. Probably not yet. But we are getting to a very, very exciting point by dropping the engine in the next video. And then hopefully right after it's in, maybe the video after that, it'll be running. We'll see. There's a lot more work to be done and a lot more excitement to be had. So with that, I think that's going to be all for today's episode. Alright, that being said, this is going to be the end of it. And if you made it this far, and if you enjoyed, go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe. But I can't tell you what to do, but it'd be kind of cool if you did. So, in the next episode, motor dropping in. That's a guarantee of the Fox Body series. And we will see you next time.